Hey, welcome back to another Sunday morning coffee jam. This is the heavy hitter edition. Also, it's James's last Sunday morning coffee jam before moving back to the East Coast. Man, today we were just filled with a bunch of strong riders from different backgrounds. You had your tri guys, you had your sprint guys, you had your crit guys. We got people from Canada riding elite divisions out there. So the atmosphere was just a little different today. And it was good. It was good to get out there and just ride with these guys. And yeah, let's check out this video. Let's get into it. All right, before the action kicks off, I do want to give a little shout out to my friend James. He's the one that encouraged me to do these videos and actually narrate the videos a little bit more and talk some more on it. So, hey, James, I just want to say thanks, buddy. You've been a great friend, man, and hopefully you're enjoying the East Coast. And I just hope that you find a good group out there that you can smash and be Mr. 300 with out there. And yeah, man, Godspeed. See you soon. Okay, so fast forward a little bit up to this point in the ride. Everybody's been kind of taking it easy. Like I said, the tension was a little bit up, and I look to my left for 1 second, and those guys take off. So here we go. Here we are in the chase. I see Angel right in front of me. Like I said, strong riders here today, and I knew that was the wheel to jump on. So I wanted to get past those initial riders, make sure nobody kind of stole this wheel, and I want to get on it first. And we're moving right here, man. 600 watts, 650 watts, 700 watts, whatever it was we were doing right here. I just knew I wasn't losing his will. And I was going to hold on to it because the group had split up front. Me yapping my gums about the camera being on and whatnot. I missed that initial jump. But Sam's up front right now pulling this train really hard. And now we got JR taking over. And he's doing a good job maintaining the speed. But I know I just need to stick to Angel and he'll pull us all the way back through. And so that was my plan for this first little sprint, was to stay on his wheel. I knew he was going to get in his drops, and there he goes, pushing it just a little bit more. Now we're up to 32 miles an hour. And yeah, we're making the catch to these guys in this initial sprint effort here. And it was pretty awesome to just hold his wheel, catch these guys. And that's what I wanted to do all day. I just wanted to stick with these heavy hitters and kind of test my own mettle. I've been riding out here with these guys for a while, getting stronger. Think I'm getting stronger. And yeah, looks like it's paying off. So I'm going to keep coming out, keep getting strong. Hope these guys keep coming out because when they ride, we're mashing. So this is looking like the end of the sprint here. We're not going to turn it into nuclear status. We're just going to kind of tone it down a little bit here and get ready for this next one. Look, we got Chad. You already know that this field is just huge. Too many big names to talk about, but it was huge today. As you can see right here, we're at our first rest stop at the Costco in Kapolei, and man, there's just so many riders out here. So if you're ever in the area, ever visiting Oahu, or even live here in Oahu and see this video, come check us out here every Sunday. Awesome ride, big group, power in numbers, feel safe, and yeah. It's pretty awesome. So here we go, picking up the action again, working our way to our long segment of the day, the Coral Sea in and out, then all the way over to the Midway rest stop. That's about 20 miles in. And so we got Latte on the side moving up hard, and I'm like, okay, he went way off the front, and I know this is going to get turned up here pretty soon, but it doesn't get turned up as soon as I thought. So I think it kind of lulled me to sleep a little bit. And I'm just sitting behind JR. I know some people are hammering up the front, but you just can't see it yet. You can't feel it yet. And then all of a sudden out of the blue, it's like it gets turned up, and it's kind of like sneaky. Next thing you know, you're doing 400, 500 watts with a gap form. So yeah, I really need to pay attention to that. I thought I was paying attention, but obviously not well enough to where I let that little gap form and had to close it down. So here we are making this left-hand turn, and we're about 5 wide in that one, kind of deep. But this is where it kind of turns up right here. You have everybody battling for position, so I just wanted to get close to those front guys and make sure that when we make this right-hand turn up here, I'm not too far back off the lead, and working with these guys to continue this train onto the next following right-hand corner after this initial one coming up right now, because that's when the fireworks really start, because this segment ends with the sprint. So as you can see right here, I chose to go on the outside. A few of these guys chose to go on the inside, and that's just because they're new to the ride. They don't know the best line yet. So again, I wanted to stick right here. My plan was to move up after this second speed bump, and instead we have a motorcycle that's coming down the road, so I wasn't able to maneuver past these guys to move up a little bit, because I knew I needed to be, I'm too far back right now. And so as you can see, this guy is taking these right-hand corners pretty quick. Sam moves to the outside, pushing us all out a little bit, and I'm already way off the back. So no real point in trying to drill it to get up there. But I did want to give a good push. So after we make this left, I continue on to the end.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, tell your boy James what's up, man.
Hey, James. Listen, man. We love you. We appreciate you. We love having you around. We're definitely gonna miss you. Can't wait to break away in a group in Florida.
All right, so moving forward, we got the group rolling really fast right now, in excess of 30 miles an hour. And of course, it's because of James, aka Mr. 300, turning it up at the front. As you can see, he's done doing his pull, and we're pulling past him right now. He's the reason for us doing 300 something watts, 400 something watts at the back. But as you can see, we're on the Coral Sea in and out route right now, or segment right now. And of course, this is a hard segment. Quite surgy, depending on who's up front. You can either be, has an accordion effect, so you're doing 400 off, 400 off. You just got to stick with it, be smart, really hold close to that wheel in front of you. And I think we're about to make this right-hand turn, and it just gets turned up. My man Adrian's in front of me, and I know they're drilling it right now. And I'm just hoping that he just doesn't let a gap form, so I don't have to close it down. So he's doing a great job right here. Chris, I think, is going to jump back in. Thank God for Chris. He pulled us back up. And then I think both of them are going to pull off, because Chris just did 2 hard pulls right there, which will allow me to get back to Tristan's wheel. All right, so we're making this left-hand turn off the square. Recently, we've been toning it down on that segment just because the road is kind of rough right there. So now we're hitting the smooth part. As you can see, we're already kind of chomping on the bit, but you can't really tell at the beginning of that turn that Mr. 300 himself is off the front sprinting out of the saddle. So I wanted to see the group come together real quick and then start mashing down here, but instead, because of that sprint off the front, it caused a huge accordion effect and me to get shot out the back, having to shell out 500 watt efforts just to tag along to the back. So right now I'm just trying to conserve as much energy. I see we have a big group still moving forward on the left, and I'm just trying to hold on for dear life here. So as soon as I hit the group, I'm thinking it's going to tone down, but instead here goes Marlo right in front of me, and we're back up to 680 watts or so, moving along. So now the group is thinning out a bit, and I'm thinking I got this. So hold on to his wheel, see what we can do, see how much effort we still got in our legs. Like I said, we just pulled off a couple 500 watt efforts back there, just to get into this sprint. And so right here, I think Catton is off the front, and I think in a few minutes he's going to launch a sprint. So here he goes, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm in here, but here we go.
Moments later,
I get dropped. Newsflash. Not a good pick, guys. Not a good pick. Just come out here, trying to get better and stronger, but sometimes every now and then you get your wheels blown off, which is good. Hey, quick shout out to my man, Mr. Garcia, for always taking the dope pictures of these Sunday morning coffee jam rides and the Tuesday Kania crit rides. You always make us look good, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks. All right, here we are approaching the last segment of the day. As you can see, I'm kind of to the right-hand side of the road, and I kind of got pinched off a little bit, and there was a big train that moved up on my left with all the heavy hitters in it. And I'm just trying to make sure that I find a good wheel, because this thing is already strung out. Normally we're a little bit more compact going into this right-hand turn. And so I see Alex and Tristan right ahead of me. And so I'm just trying to hold their will as best as possible in hopes that we can bring this thing back, because there's a bunch of people off the front. And it kind of led to 3 distinct breaks. You had your front group, about 3 to 4 riders. Then you had your second group with about 6, and then a third group, the group I was in, with about 10 riders. And we're all just trying to make those bridges back to the lead group. But right here, because it's such a strong headwind, it doesn't really matter where you are. You're going to be putting out some effort. Of course, the guys out front are going to be putting out most effort, but your legs are going to sting. And so, as we can see right here, I think the pace was a little too slow, and Angel pops out, and Tristan eyeballs it, and I eyeball it, and he goes. So I'm like, hey, I'm sticking with him. So I try to get on Tristan's wheel. I see his brother moving up pretty hard too. So I decided to slide in behind him instead of putting in like a 600 watt dig. I try to stay around 400, 300 something and hold on to his wheel, and let's slowly bring these guys back if we can. I'm not going to kill myself to do this. All right, so Kat and I made the bridge up to Angel and Tristan, and Angel's starting to fade just a bit, so Tristan goes ahead and pulls on around him. So I just try to stick to Tristan's wheel because I know Angel just did a huge pull, and as you can see, we're still not back to that group. And that's the second chase group. There's still a group way off the front, and Tristan's putting himself in the hole right here. And we get around Dan, and he waves me on through, and here I feel like I am on some type of team, man. Like, I've never been on a racing team, but I felt like it was my job to close down this gap to this second chase group, to give anybody a fair shot to reach that first chase group. So I kind of go in and try to hold it at 400 for as long as possible, finally making that merge and putting everybody back together. But I know I'm in the hurt locker right. All right, somehow I survived this long. I don't know how, because I am in the red right here. The legend's pulling, Chris pulls through, and I'm thinking, hey, I'll try to stick with these guys for a little while longer, but I still feel like, hey, I'm on a team, and I'm trying to pull these guys behind me for as long as possible, keep them out of wind so they can have a good finish on this, because I already know I'm dead, and I have no chance to even finish this segment strong. So I give my last little bit that I have right here and pull off and let the train come on through. And I didn't know it, but at the time, but everybody kind of regrouped behind me, which is awesome. That was my goal. That was my hope, not my goal, but my hope that they all did that and were able to put a good effort in to catch those 2 off the front. Okay, so fast forwarding a bit, I'm behind Dan, and we're in this headwind right now, and he's putting his head down. He's suffering, I'm suffering. And I see a group that's up ahead, but I'm not really sure what group that is. I'm just like, okay, hey, let's try to catch these guys. That might be the group that left us. I don't know who they are, but I know it's a group of riders, and I'm trying to track them down and pull the guys behind me closer. Like I said, I know I ain't got nothing for a sprint, but I just kind of wanted to give what I got to help the team move out the way and let these guys come on through and carry that speed up to the next group. All right, so here we are nearing the end of the ride, and I got Mr. 300 in front of me, and we're pretty toast. I know I'm pretty toast. Shoot, my legs are done. But I wanted to give him one last little effort here. And so he's turning it up already into the last little straightaway, and he's going to try to sprint me to the finish. He's pulling in hard like he always does. going into this right-hand turn that we're going to make. And I'm in my head thinking, okay, it's only like a short little sprint. Give it what you got. So I turned it up, gave it everything I got. Barely hit 1,000 watts. And me and him are going head and head. But, hey, I wanted to send him off to the East Coast looking at my rear wheel as it separated. Just kidding with you, man. But thanks again for all the pulls. Thanks again for all the knowledge. And it was fun. Peace out till next time. I'm gone.